Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Welcome to Scientifics, our weekly curation of globally important science stories. This week, NASA's Mars helicopter, which is destined to be the first aircraft to attempt powered flights on another planet, has been named Ingenuity. The name was picked during NASA's Name the Rover essay contest. From among 28,000 submissions, the entry by Alabama high school student Vanessa Rupani was selected. Ingenuity will ride to Mars attached to the belly of the Perseverance rover, which is preparing for launch in July or August this year. For several months following the rover's landing, Ingenuity will remain encapsulated in a protective cover to shield it from debris during the entry, descent, and landing. When the timing in the rover mission is right, Ingenuity will be deployed to stand and operate on its own on the surface of the red planet. If the 2 kg solar-powered craft, a combination of specially designed components and off-the-shelf parts, survives the cold Martian nights during its pre-flight checkout, the team will proceed with testing. If successful, during its experimental flight test window of 30 Mars days, the small craft will prove that powered flights can be achieved on Mars, enabling future missions to better utilize second-generation helicopters and add aerial dimension to the exploration. Meanwhile, scientists have for the first time found evidence which shows that Spinosaurus aegyptiacus, the longest known predatory dinosaur, was an aquatic animal. Researchers have long opposed the idea that dinosaurs lived in aquatic habitats. A team from University of Detroit has now found that the particular type of dinosaur used tail-propelled swimming locomotion to hunt for prey in massive river systems. It is the first time that such an adaptation has been reported in a dinosaur. The findings are based on the world's only existing Spinosaurus skeleton found in the Sahara Desert in Morocco. The fossil unearthed is also the most complete skeleton of a Cretaceous predatory dinosaur from mainland Africa. The skeleton was first uncovered in 2008. In a previous study, Spinosaurus was identified as fish-eating dinosaurs with adaptations for an amphibious lifestyle. However, suggestions that it may have been a truly water-dwelling dinosaur were met with considerable opposition by some researchers. Between 2015 and 2019, the team recovered many more fossils, including a remarkably complete fin-like tail that is capable of extensive lateral movement and characterized by extremely long spines. Also this week, researchers have recorded the highest ever level of microplastics on the seafloor with up to 1.9 million pieces in a thin layer covering just 1 square meter. Over 10 million tons of plastic waste enters the ocean each year. However, less than 1% of this consists of plastic drinking straws and carrier bags. About 99% ends up as tiny fragments and fibers deposited on the seafloor. Deep-sea ocean currents act as conveyor belts, concentrating the microplastics within huge sediment accumulations called microplastic hotspots. These hotspots appear to be the deep-sea equivalents of garbage patches formed by currents on the ocean surface. Microplastics on the seafloor mainly comprises of textile fibers. These are not effectively filtered out in domestic wastewater treatment plants and easily enter rivers and oceans. In more news from space, a 4 to 8 meter sized asteroid recently flew past Earth, passing close to the satellites orbiting in the geostationary ring. The asteroid flew at a distance of about 42,735 kilometers from the Earth's center and only about 1,200 kilometers from the nearest satellite. After initial discovery, observers around the world rapidly set their eyes on the new space rock, determining it would safely pass our planet in one of the closest flybys ever recorded. While the asteroid came close to the geostationary ring, it passed under the nearest satellite and posed no major risk as their orbits did not intersect. Back on Earth, Permian Basin, the largest oil-producing area in the US, is spewing more than twice the amount of methane emissions into the atmosphere than previously assumed. A study by researchers at the Howard University has revealed that the area wastes enough energy to power 7 million households in Texas for a year. The Permian Basin accounts for over a third of the crude oil and 10% of the natural gases in America. The study also found that the rate of methane gas leakage makes up 3.7% of all gas extracted in the basin, which is about 60% higher than the national average leakage rate. Methane is a potent greenhouse gas, and since the Permian Basin is huge, this excess waste is a significant contribution to the already warming climate in Earth. This is Mohana Basu for The Print. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest updates.